we're now back here going into our final best of 3 for today. It's going to be the rematch between SOS and Shine.
Well, SOS kind of crushed Shine before, although Shine got ahead for a little bit in one of the games. It was some really great cannon rushing from SOS. He really kind of made Shine the reactive player. You said it really well earlier. I can't quite remember exactly what you said, but
took the reins, I guess you could say. I mean, he was making Shine the one that had to start responding and coming up with answers, and normally Shine's in a way like the quiz master in the game. I mean, he's the one that's actually throwing out all sorts of
you need
scenarios.
to know, like the flight speed of an African swallow and a European swallow when you play against Shine.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
And then when Shine goes, "What is your favorite color?" SOS can't go, "Blue." No, wait, red. Get thrown off the bridge. That is, I think, the funniest scene in that movie. He's like, "Wait, no, you got my favorite color
That is
wrong."
the funniest scene in that movie.
Only you can be wrong about your own opinion. She's so funny.
It's like that makes me wonder. I'm not even really sure what my favorite color is. I think it changes day to day and stuff. I'm like a chameleon or something. Like, well, today I really like red, but tomorrow I might like blue. I don't really know.
You're a chameleon of opinions.
I'm not so simple to just have one favorite color.
Artosis.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
our
water.
map is going to be merry-go-round. A big circular map. Zergs have done quite well on this map. We saw Sulky take out SOS. Now we're going to see if Shine can do the same here. If not, if let's say Shine loses this, he does pick the next map. But of course, if he wins there, SOS will pick the third. So first map here, pretty important for who's going to come out on top in this best of 3, our final one here in the GSL Code S today. In the upper left, we have our Protoss legend. He is
GSL Green Wings SOS, Kim Yoo-jin.
in the bottom center. We have our Zerg player with a very quick pull.
Samsung Galaxy Khan Shan, Lee Young-han.
Yeah, 10 pull.
TM quick pull.
Well, you saw here before that SOS went for a Nexus first with Gateway in main, and this would definitely counter that pretty well.
Let's see if SOS does that. I mean, SOS is usually a very reactive player.
His pylon's in his main base.
And it looks like that he's banking for that Nexus. Rutro. Wow, that'd be crazy if SOS was knocked out of this. I have a hard time like grappling that mentally. Yeah. The idea that SOS is knocked out in the round.
Shine would be the guy to do it, right? He already knocked out Flash. He may as well knock out SOS as well. Next round knocks out Maru, like round after that.
He gets all the way to the round of 4 and then loses.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the Nexus. So really, let's see which direction he goes in. It looks like he's going to the top right. Nope. Bottom left because he saw where that Overlord was coming from. This is a lot of lings that are going to be hitting.
Oh, that Nexus really is not. It has to be canceled.
Do you think he's going to try to go around the probe here? He could.
I think you go right through. I think you go fastest line because he's going to scout it before you get there anyways. So, yeah, he's just kind of going fastest line. Doesn't quite catch the probe. That's fine, though.
No shields for you. Goes down now, and he looks like he knows, okay, I just get this with my lings. The other 6 lings should do more than enough damage.
Yeah.
And you can see right now SOS is already aware of this. He's going to let the Nexus this making get attacked before he cancels it, and he's already
well, that's the trick. You can't attack it right away. I think you go right up into the main with these.
Okay, well, he used the Nexus as some bait then. But then, let's say Shine completely mismicros. Not that I think he will, but if he does, this is going to be really bad.
Well, look, this is what you go after. Beautiful play. Yeah. Brings all the probes off.
That's how you get those probes out. Really nicely done.
That was a fantastic move there to attack that pylon.
And he's already got more and more lings coming after. God, SOS's control is really good, though, I got to say, for just probes.
Well, he's starting to get in a lot of trouble, I would say. He's lost a decent amount. But the thing is, he might keep the Nexus because of this. Well, we did have some more lings made, so he does have like 11 right now. Oh, did he just lose another? No, he has 12. Okay. So, yeah, he did lose one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's continuing to make a lot of lings. And this means that this finished Nexus is going to die. If he had stopped and started making drones, then this Nexus could have been held. And that's what SOS was hoping for as he let it finish.
Well, pushing those lings out a little bit here. I got to say, SOS's control was better than most in that situation, but this is a pretty tall order for anybody to recover from. The Nexus finished. Yeah. The Zealots are over there. The Zealot, excuse me, singular, is over there. Here comes the second one. He gets a nice round on that. And you know what? I think he's actually going to be able to get this. Well, maybe not with these links coming up.
It is a tall order, but I mean, the Lings actually get chased up. Good micro again by SOS. I thought for sure he was going to be able to get that next.
Shine is not stopping with the Lings, by the way. I mean, this is really all about will and just concentration. He does get another trap there on that Zealot. And the Mothership Core does damage, which is nice, but it does not do anywhere near as much as with the Zealot there as well. The Zealot's now been taken out. Here we have a Stalker up next. The Stalker's key in actually holding this.
Wow. Well, he's continuing to make Lings and send them up. This is not a lot of Lings, though, so I think once again he does get to just barely save. Can we go on the Nexus,
I think he's going to get the Nexus. Yeah, he does.
Okay.
There you go.
God, okay, so he does end up getting it, but all of this, he has 11 drones. And he has like 22 slow Zerglings at the moment.
To 17 probes, by the way.
This is shine for you.
The slow Lings might... I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is kind of a hard call because...
Slowlings, 2 Stalkers, and the Mothership Core can deal with this.
Yeah, I mean...
I guess you go up into the mineral line and maybe hold position so they kill probes or something.
Oh, he's going to get...
Oh, okay, that's a good move.
That's pretty huge, actually.
Yeah.
We didn't have another Stalker being made at that moment, and it's only just now started. This is actually pretty tough to control here because it's alert. Oh, he's like, I don't care. Okay, so he backs up now. And Zerg's finally making drones here.
Well, it is about time. That was really weird with that many Slowlings going in there, how it all went down. I did like a lot of the moves of Shine in there, but good almost hold by SOS, I guess, which is a weird compliment to give because he didn't hold, but came a lot closer than I thought he was going to.
Well, another gate is being made here. This is a very odd game. Remember, Protoss don't want to ever really be on one base. I mean, even though Protoss survived and had good number of probes, I mean, this is just, it's hard for Protoss on one base against Zerg. Because even when Protoss finally gets the second base, the Zerg base and the Zerg's third and fourth, excuse me, are much easier to hold.
Right now, these Stalkers are going to come down, help this probe to stay alive if possible. Look at that, he's targeting the front lane there. And, oh! Does get it. Some tenacity there by Shine.
Yeah.
So it's 31 drones against 22 probes at the moment, so still the probe count not all that great. But on one base, it's all right.
And he's actually going to go for 2-base Roach right now, and I think this is a smart move because, first of all, Protoss has to have the number of sentries to hold this off. Oh, and actually going with a layer on that, too, excuse me.
Huh.
He could go for a 2-base time here. It's really hard to say because it's Shine, and he just plays so differently.
He seriously does. You don't normally see things like...
Let's think about this out loud. The second base is it's a large ramp there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he doesn't have structures walling it just yet. And I believe that initially he got that pylon. I think the pylon's been remade there at the ramp, but he got that with the Lings initially. So he might be thinking he can barrel through there with a Roach timing.
Yeah, possibly.
But then again, with 2 more gases in the layer, I mean, maybe he's actually just going to tech up.
You know, he might be just going for the quick Roach speed to test the sentries, but this is a lot of sentries. So if he really commits to like trying to break 2 bases with the Roach, I feel like that's a really good way for SOS to get right back into this game. Because he's got all these ground units. It looks like he's looking towards a slightly longer game as he's getting a forge. And with how many sentries he has, I don't think you break him. You know, this might just be a defensive Roach Warren, just saying, well, SOS should be doing some timing attack against me, because if SOS tries to go into a macro game on a map like this where taking the third is this hard, that's like just a loss, right?
He's making, yeah, I guess you're right. I guess maybe he's thinking, well, this guy's got a lot of gates, and he might as well try to use them to do a strong timing. He's certainly got the sentries for that.
Well, 10 Roaches on the way, Tasteless.
I guess.
Looks like we might...
that was seriously a guess there by me on him doing the timing. I thought maybe he's going to do it. Again, it's really hard to predict Shine, but I guess that's what he's actually going to do. Okay.
No, it's impossible to predict him. In fact, a lot of the times what you think he'd do based upon what pro gamers normally do and what seems intelligent.
Yeah. Because
oftentimes he does something completely opposite of it.
I thought he was going to slow down on the Lings there and just get a third base. Well, he was pretty amped up to actually try to kill the Protoss off there, and SOS barely surviving that. Okay, he'll get the Overseer here.
Yeah, he did see a Robo, though, and that's important, because that gives him a range of what he could be expecting here.
And he sends the Roaches right back when he sees that Robo.
Now, War Prism is on the way. And, ooh, he's actually getting Colossus tech as well. Very interesting.
We see the Phoenix flying around now. The Magic Phoenix, as Artosis would call it.
Yeah.
Not strong against Mutt-Mutts, as Artosis calls them. Phoenix is taken out. I mean, this is kind of we're kind of having this game normalize into what started out as a very weird game. It looked like Shine thought he had an opening to do something, and then he didn't have it. So,
it's hard for both players to know exactly where they are in relation to
well, when you
opponents.
have a rush like this, by the way, nice force fields there, cleaning up those few Roaches, and then backing up into his main.
Oh my god, he's going into Stormhost play tasteless. Once again off of 2 base.
Wow.
You know, this is what went wrong from on Way Station.
I feel like SOS is going to be very strong against this, much more so than Younghwa.
Well, you know what? This is a better build for this map than Way Station.
Sliding like that?
Yeah,
that's so funny.
That wall around the map is really funny. The way, like, the funniest thing is when like medevacs are going around it boosting. It's so hilarious. I love it.
Okay, and the Stormhosts are actually moving in the wrong location as more Zealots are coming in here. Is he going to warp it some more? Nope, looks like he wants to pick up with the Queens, hitting the Warp Prism. Goodbye.
All right, good for him to get out of there. Now, remember he did something similar to this on Way Station, like really low economy Stormhosts. But on this map, Warp Prism's not quite as strong. The map is a bit smaller. His creep spread's already about halfway across. So definitely it's going to be more effective on this map, I would say, in theory, than on Way Station where he did it before. So,
yeah.
You know, even though I still don't like the strategy, here it should do a bit better.
Okay, once again, that army just patrolling around. He has the liberty to do that, by the way, because he does have the Mothership Core there. Oh, nice drop there. But then he burrows. But I was going to say, he boxed in that Queen very well.
Uh-oh.
He's going to get away.
Just barely so. 4 health left.
Yeah, he might park that over there.
Really fancy micro from both players, by the way. I love
the Queen
saves.
surround.
Yeah, that was the best part, but I do want to say I love burrow saves. Anytime you burrow stuff and Zerg to save it is just so cool. Such good usage of it.
Spire's making. Just out of vision, actually, of that Warp Prism. And we have another engagement here. He might actually want to recall here. Looks like he's confident with how much damage he can do. Let me out. Roach has claustrophobia.
Well, don't worry. The force fields are only temporary.
We have the Swarm Hosts shooting out the Locusts all the way to the 3rd base. Yeah, although right now SOS seems more than comfortable just ignoring that, letting that those structures take damage.
Well, if he can get
SOS
a kill
is
here,
really not with the aim moving here. He's got to be pretty careful. Although I guess he might actually just catch the. Whoa, 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 whoa! Everything's what is?
Ooh.
Whoa, 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 whoa! This was actually even
a lot
harder
of
to
damage
observe.
there, but good force fields, and he's actually gonna be able to kill off all the Stormhosts at the cost of a bunch of force fields and 1 Colossus.
I can't believe that actually worked. That was actually like some kind of genius 1A move where he's like, well, this will of course force 2 Stalkers on the left side and 2 Colossi down the middle, and then my sentries and Stalkers over to the right side, which will just barely give me enough force fields, and then wall that off. While still spreading out the Locusts in such a way that I can do damage from all sides.
That's definitely what he thought.
That's definitely what he thought.
Without any doubt.
No question. All right, Dark Shrine here.
But by the way, this 2-base Swarm Host, once again, pretty epic fail. In fact, even worse than the game on Way Station, losing them all like that. They did very little damage. Very little damage. And if you look at like the positions of both these players, I mean, Shine is he's going Mutas, right? I believe so.
Oh my god.
So we'll see what he can get done with this.
He is going Mutas.
Yeah, okay. So
I think he's
still in a good spot, but and especially with these 2 Roach attacks. Oh my god.
Nicely done up here. And now the Roach is going into the main, but with that really good recall there, he's really, making sure the damage in the main and the expansion are done. Unfortunately for SOS, though, Shine did take out that expansion location, and Shine is getting more and more and more ahead. I mean, man, he's a tough guy to go up against.
Certainly is. Now, We have the mutas all hatching out now. He's going to have about 14 right now, I believe, or 13. And that's really tough. When you're on 2 bases going Colossus Stalker, what do? Normally it turns into either base trade or you like have to super turtle and try to take that 3rd base, but that's really difficult to do, to spread out Stalkers enough to stop a nice big clump of mutas like this.
Yeah, well, now that he's on 2 base, this makes it tough because, I mean, his resources are pretty low. The Zerg's going to get the additional gases. Careful there, Shine. Zerg's going to have the additional gases at the 4th base, so you can make a lot of mutas.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You can definitely outnumber your opponent when he's going for the Stalkers, so...
Well, if you keep like a 1-to-1 ratio, the best they can really do is a base trade, right? And you have 4 bases, it's going to take them a while to kill it. All the mutas are like the ultimate mobility. If you make any mistakes at all, Zerg will oftentimes kill you.
And at the very end of that base trade, Zerg just uses any extra minerals he has and makes lings, and the lings and mutas usually wipe out everything else. The Stalkers cannot, it's no contest really.
Looks like he's just going to go for it right now, using the mutas as if they're corruptors there for a second, targeting down the Colossi, but only targeting down one. I don't know about this,
actually. I'm really surprised he did that.
Yeah.
I'm really, really surprised he did that. I mean, the Nexus wasn't even done. I guess, well, look, I suppose if he had won that battle, then it would have been GG, let's go to the next game, but that was a dicey move there. I would have at least thought he was going to take the mutas, kind of like we're seeing here, and bring the Stalkers back in the main, and then just hit with the front with the Roaches.
Yeah, I got to agree with that.
Sorry, that's the edge of the map there. LOL. You can't fly over that. You can't fly under that either, even though this is space, you should be able to fly in space anyways.
Well, mutas can fly in space.
Well, apparently in this game they can.
Yeah.
What if they forgot how to fly and they went way down into the bottom of space, Artosis?
Well, that's why they have
where
wings.
all the dead mutas and medevacs are.
That's
on the floor of space.
On the floor of space.
A dirty floor like underneath where your refrigerator is.
Oh, man, that's so dirty.
So dirty, man.
I don't even want to see what would be under there. Sickest dust bunnies. It's where the Zelnaga are, probably. Collecting the dust bunnies of the Zerg and Protoss.
Again, I feel like we have a little bit of an eager Shine here. He really wants to close us out, but these are not cost-efficient moves. I mean, look at the upper right side of the map, though. That's the real story. He's taking everything.
Yeah, SOS is in a bad spot right now.
Oh, that warp in did not quite cut it.
Oh, the Ling's coming in, getting on top of these Stalkers, and he's going to be able to eliminate maybe every single one with these Roaches here.
He's going to get them all with these mutas.
Yeah, and look at this, the Roach is slowing everything else down.
He's going to be making enough money, he can just start bludgeoning the Protoss.
This kind of is reminding me of the last GSL Finals, the Su versus Est, where the Mutalisk player's ahead and just keeps on attacking into not the best locations.
Yeah, and
but this time it's kind of working.
Now, mind you, this is a 120 supply Protoss against within the next few seconds here of maxed out Zerg. So he can try to make a push across here, wipe out some creep tumors, but I don't know if he can do much more than that. And this counterattack highlights that perfectly.
Yeah, he's going to be able to kill this third base
so quickly. That pylon there so he can't warp at anything to buy time.
This leaves him with like almost 0 economy left. This is really turning into, I guess, a base trade, but I don't even feel like it's a base trade because I think he can turn his army around and win anyways.
The map's too big for the Protoss to actually walk around taking everything out.
Yeah. He can't possibly eliminate all the buildings.
He could basically go kill the Nexus and all the probes and, you know, any other critical tech structures, then they just fly back and win. GG. SOS identifies that and taps out, bringing us to game number 2 now in our final best of 3.
Wow, Shine might be doing it, Tasteless. Really solid play there. Gulp.
Gulp.
That's what it sounds like when people drink.
We're past the 4-hour marker right now.
That's not how I drink. I drink like a gentleman. Sip.
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 With your pinky out.
Yeah.
Classy guy. Well, SOS looking a bit pensive after that that last game we just had there.
That's a rough one, but you know what? Merry-Go-Round is, in my opinion, a pretty good map for ZVP.
Keep in mind that all started out with Lings getting into the main. I mean, you're really playing from a deficit as Protoss.
Actually, when you think back to how it started, it was so weird because he was on 11 drones forever. Just he made like 40
drones.
or 50 Lings or something, slow Lings off of 11 drones.
SOS is going to go with Habitation Station. Now, we've seen a lot of Protosses previously, especially in last season of the GSL, where we had a lot of PVZs. I guess we're going to have a lot of PVZs in this season, too. A lot of Protosses taking the gold base. And walling that off early on.
I tell you what, Shine seems like a player who would like to take the gold base as well, whether his or yours.
And you know what, Artosis, I think Shine's, I was going to say, would probably like you to take your own gold base as well. I'm sure he's got a trick up his sleeve for a move like that. Shine's like, this is the map where I do the Roach all in. Perfect. Thank you.
It's like, I was going to choose this too.
Yeah.
High five.
All right.
Well, we'll see. You know, this is definitely a map kind of engineered for both these guys and their weird styles. SOS has to win here, or he drops down to Code A, which is not really where you want to see SOS.
Will SOS do some kind of a cannon rush? I don't know.
Maybe.
Doing that a lot.
Maybe, yeah.
Again, the winner of this series with Shine up 1 game will be the final player here today to move on to the round of 16. The other player's story ends here in this season.